show because I get to talk to people who I've watched, who I've admired, who I've seen the different things they're doing, their performances. And today, comedian, actor, I was reading his bio. It said trailblazer of MTV in the 90s and inventor of booty call. Listen, that was my favorite part of the bio. The inventor of booty call, Bill Bellamy. How are you, sir?
I'm all the way turned up.
So I got to tell you, one of our producers from outside of the country helps book the show, has an awesome perspective. And she was saying to me as she was doing research, I didn't realize he created the word booty call. And I said, see, you didn't come up in the States in the 90s, because anybody who did, we all know. We're all familiar with the creation of the term, right?
Jokes are like songs, and some songs are timeless. Like this joke is timeless. Like, Eddie Murphy's joke, Goonie Goo Goo. It's just certain things in the pop culture that sticks. Booty call is just one of those things that was so funny to people. They just start saying it's like a famous quote from a movie, you know what I mean? And who knew all the booty that would just be accomplished since the 90s?
And that's why the rest of us know. And thank you for the call. You made a practice common behavior, an acceptable behavior.
Yeah, it made it funny without it being nasty, you know what I mean? That's why, in the early 90s, you had to be creative how you could say something that you could say on television. So that was my way of talking about getting that booty, but you got to make the booty call. Like it literally, and bam, as soon as I said it, everybody starts saying it because it's true.
That's this generation's text message. Like, you up?
Mm-hmm.
That's where that is now.
See, they swiping to the left, to the right. We was really calling.
That almost didn't happen. Because the whole joke and that whole thing, that night when you were performing, they tried to pull you off stage.
Wow, that one move would have kind of changed the trajectory of my career, because the joke that I was going to do, which was booty call, was brand new. And that night they were trying to bump me off the show because Charlie Barnett was on stage and he was literally killing. And it was like, we're going to let him close the show because, this guy, he just totally did such a great job. And I was backstage waiting to go on. I was like, dog, I don't care. Like, just let me do my thing, man. I got something. And he was like, nah, B, it don't make sense. And I was like, dog, look, I came all the way from Jersey, bro, on everything, bro. My car probably gone. I double parked. I got to do this joke. And he, shout out to Andre Brown, he let me go on stage anyway. And HBO was in the building, and the rest is history.
So that night, Russell Simmons was in the building. So that actually kind of launched the Def Comedy Jam, at least for you.
Yeah. It launched a lot of people's careers, because that was sort of like the scouting night of what this culture and hip hop was doing, what comedy was doing in New York. And Russell Simmons was pioneering this movement at this time. And I just happened to be in the right place at the right time, man. I mean, and show up and show out.
Any of us who came up around that era, we remember MTV. We remember the shows. Like, MTV was a cultural phenomenon then.
MTV was the place for pop culture and what was next. It was a one-stop shop. You couldn't go nowhere else to get all that in one place. It was like a news station, a radio station, and a place to watch videos.
The MTV thing was comedy, interviews, a little bit of acting, because y'all did skits. Like, it seemed like that may have been kind of the foundation for, the next 30 years now.
It was definitely a springboard for me, because I got a chance to do all the things that my talent was capable of. I can act, I can be funny, I can host a show. I was able to practice my interviews. I got a chance to interview everybody from Michael Jackson to Janet to Kurt Cobain to Tupac, Biggie, Jay-Z, Destiny's Child. Like, I just want to take people back a little bit, because I don't want that era to get lost. I don't want to hear about the 90s 30 years from now. Right. Like, I want people to really understand how prolific the 90s pop culture explosion really was. I mean, like, we were wearing, remember, I don't know how old you were in 92, 93, but We were wearing bright colors. Remember, we was wearing like cross colors,
Yeah, man.
FUBU.
Yeah.
You had TLC. We had Leaders of the New School. I mean, it was so much fun. Busta Rhymes, Missy Elliott. It was crazy.
Didn't Coca-Cola have like a brand? And we were rocking the Coca-Cola shirts.
Yeah.
You know? And there was
exactly.
everything,
man. It was really a fun time, man. I mean, it's definitely worth going back and really being nostalgic.
Yeah, and that gonna make me pull out pictures or whatnot, wearing my X hat and the overalls with the one strap over the corner.
What? Why do we have the one strap on? I do not know. I do not know. We were just trying to be cool.
I mean, I blame you. Like, you were setting trends at that point. So
I was setting trends. Yeah. I was wearing the oversized clothes.
Right.
I was wearing like 145 pounds, but I had 75 pounds of fabric on. It was crazy.